We moved all our solar stuff over
for the 40th time.
For the 10th time. And then we framed in our fridge. And we framed our little toilet area a little better. And then we'll put a countertop. And then we're gonna add some cabinets. But first we're gonna work on this couch area. So we've been working on our cabinets. This is our first. So you can see here we even cut it out so the seat can go all the way back. And then here's what we're doing here. And today we built a bunch of these. So this is the side one. And then these for the middle. And now we're going to try to attach them to the wall. So we got all our door fronts cut here. And we're going to use a stain in polyurethane. We've just got some fresh brushes. And we're going to paint these guys, see how it turns out. So I got my first coat on. You can see in some areas it's not very shiny, so I'm going to hit it with some steel wool and then lay another coat, see how many I have to do. We are working on cabinets today, so I got these guys mounted on these 90-degree hinges. They're supposed to hold up, but they definitely don't. And then you can see here, that's my little locking and unlocking mechanism. It catches that. And then it stays shut nice and tight. So Danny just glued the hole on, and what we do is we just we measure about 10 times, and then we drill a pilot hole, and then I'll come through and get it with this. Danny is gluing on the bevel here just to make sure it'll stay for good. We got this one on. So I'm installing the buttons to keep the doors shut. I made a this is basically a spacer, so that just kind of goes on there. And then as you can see on this one, it just helps so that it can sit flush in there, because the way that the button is made, it's quite high, so I had to make a spacer so my front would fit better. So we got it in. We also liquid nail it on there, and then we just attach this on here. You just set it back a bit, so then when it sits, it can sit with no really room to wiggle. I don't know if we've gone over this either. These are just our cabinets. We put a wall, like a sticker, really adhesive sticker wallpaper on. But we also added these guys here, and as well down here. And same deal with this cabinet. It doesn't want to stay open, so we got to fix that. We got our New Year's leftover in here still. So we're back to the cabinets here. If you recall, these ones aren't done. They're still just kind of falling down, but now I've added this guy. It is some Chinese blue, but it makes them stay open. I only need one on each side, and it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to install the rest. So I've been installing all these hydraulic arms here, and how I've been doing it is you have to account for the arm sliding through and the mechanism on the top getting through the door. So you might have to move a hinge or something. Another thing is, if you put the top on first, you can measure the distance. I did about 3 inches on each one. Hold it in place, and then it's much easier to screw, because when it's on, it's really hard to get in there. So I would do this first, because you notice you can kind of pivot it one way and the other to assemble. Once you get the hinges in, you can actually kind of micro adjust here, which is nice. So I got all of them in, and it's so much better than having to hold them up with my head. I couldn't put them in here because the shelves are in the way, so I'm gonna have to figure something else out there. We are back here working on cabinets. We've been on the road for a bit, and I just realized that I had forgotten to do some things, and I didn't anticipate how bumpy a lot of the roads we would be on were. So real quickly, nothing huge. I have framing all the way along this back cabinet here. So I am L bracketing on all sides this, and then I am reattaching this side on here because I had an issue with my back one. And then same here, and then I'm reinforcing these, because these hydraulic arms, they push the board quite a bit, and I just need it to be held in better. But it's made a huge difference. I've already done two cabinets, and I just can't believe I forgot to do this.